Hi, welcome to my Tuesday evening live card making tutorial. I'm so glad you're joining me. All right, there we go. I am all set up on Instagram, I believe. There we go. Okay. And this evening, what I have for you is a simply fun wagon card using the Stampin' Up! Filled with Fun bundle. So the card is simple, but it was just a lot of fun making it. And so that's what I have for you. So let me introduce myself. I'm Shelley Godby, and for 23 years, I've been teaching you how to create hand stamped smiles through my YouTube videos, my Stamping Smiles blog, and my mailing list. All right, so let's have a closer look at this bundle. And there we go, the Filled with Fun bundle. And if you're thinking, wait a minute, how did I miss that in the 24-25 catalog? You didn't. The Filled with Fun bundle is an online exclusives. So you'll find it pictured online only, and you can find it in my online store, www.shopwithshelley.com. Oh, and Miss Bonnie is here. Good evening, and thank you. She's given my video a thumbs up and shared it. So let me go ahead and ask all of you to do that. Please like, share my video, and comment. That just really helps me out, and I appreciate that so much. And so June through June 30th only, you know what? You can pick up the Filled with Fun bundle discounted even deeper than the bundle discount. Oh, hi, Miss Nancy. And so, bundles already come with a 10% discount. Well, the June special is an additional 10%. And that does include the online exclusives. And I need to clarify, they are bundles with dies, not with punches, but with dies. So like I said, an extra 10% on top of the savings. Fantastic. And so here's the Filled with Fun stamp set. The wagon, oh my goodness. I think we probably all had one as a kid, and think about all the things we pulled around. Now, I can't say I ever pulled around presents with a cake in there, but I wouldn't have minded that at all. And then my mom, after we outgrew it, of course, would haul things around in the yard for her flower beds. Oh, good. Hi, Miss Ruth Ann. And so then some fun accessories to go with this. And then we have the coordinating dies. Fantastic. So you have the outline dies for the images, and then some intricate dies as well. So you can do a wagon by stamping it or a wagon by just die cutting it. And if I remember, we'll look at a picture of one of those. And so the dies come on a thin sheet of, or a thick sheet cardstock with tape on it. And instead of trying to fit it back on there and finding the tape and have them all fall down, I store mine on these magnet cards that I get from Stampin' Storage. It's a different company from Stampin' Up. If you're watching on YouTube, I have a link under the video to where you can pick up these very strong magnet dies. Look, nothing is falling off. And then I store them in one of these storage pockets. So like I said, if you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on Facebook, Facebook doesn't like links. So go over to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/stamping smiles, and you can find the video with the links to this. So, all right, let's go ahead and do some stamping. Put these aside for a moment. And what I have here is some basic white thick cardstock. I chose the thick cardstock because I'll be coloring the flowers. I'm going to use the flowers with the Stampin' Blends, in the basic white cardstock is recommended for that. Now, whenever you're stamping, you want to use the Stampin' Up! Basic white cardstock, the standard or the thick, because it has a smooth, tight finish that gives you crisp, clean images. My goodness, we want a great image. Oh, great image. Miss Adelaide is here. Hello. All right, so what I have here is the crumb cake. So let's pick it up, slide that in, and the wagon. So I'm going to give this a good inking. Let's hold it down. That's a pretty solid stamp. Oh, Miss Roxanne, you're here. Oh, hardly late at all. I'm using the Filled with Fun bundle that is discounted. Isn't that? Oh, that is so sharp. It looks like wood, and that's why I stayed with the crumb cake. Like, ooh, that looks so good. I am done with this. So let's do a little push here, pull on that, and click. I don't know if you could hear that click, but you want to make sure it's closed so they don't dry out on you. Okay, so, oh, you know what? I have to grab my, after I was all set up, grab the Tuxedo Black off of my table, and I was making a hassle-free card. All right. And so I've got the Tuxedo Black and our flowers. There we go. Just making sure they're good and inked. And so my wagon was on a clear block H. This would have been good on a clear block H, but I used the greeting on there too, so I was starting to run out of H's. So I've got it, you know, sitting across, and that works. And this is a clear block D. Fantastic image, huh? All right, and then we have the wheel. Want a couple of these. Whenever it's solid, you know, it's a good idea to hold it down just a little bit extra long so the ink has time to absorb in and get that really good image. Okay, and then we have the wagon handle. And typically, when there's something thin like this, I go ahead and stamp it a couple times because I'm not necessarily always hitting it right the first time. So if I'm all set up and, you know, I'm standing with my die cut machine, my Stampin' Cut and Stampin' Die Cut and Emboss machine, I already have another one stamped and ready to go. So there we go. We'll be using this again for the greeting a little bit later. And as I've discovered, I'm finding it a lot easier while everything's just nice and flat and nothing in my way to just go ahead and center my dies around the images. And I like using this low-tack tape. And if you're watching on YouTube, I've got a link to it under the video. You get 3 rolls with this. I'm still on the first roll, and you've been watching me use this for months because, and as I've told you, I reuse it. And so I just get a lot of mileage out of this. Now, you could use Post-it notes. I've used washi tape, painter's tape. I like this transparent tape because I can see through it, or I can't see through a Post-it note. Okay. I think that looks pretty good. And then the flowers. There we go. Get ourselves another piece. And so if you're just joining us, I'm going to ask you to please like, share, and comment on my video. That is so fantastic. Look at that. I think I have that centered down there pretty well. And then this one looks better to me. I did a better job stamping it. Now, what I found out with this, 2 pieces worked better. I had 1 piece at the top, or maybe if I did the center, let's try that. Okay. And at first it was messing with me because this is longer than the handle. I'm like, oh yeah, that's so we can attach it. Because I kept trying to move it around and make it fit, and I thought I maybe picked up the wrong one. Okay, let's see. All right, let's try it in the, you know, like I said, I had it at the top. Let's put it in the center instead. And what's really nice about this, you get 2 of these, so we can do the wheels all at one time. That's really nice how Stampin' Up does this for us more and more frequently with some of the smaller images, dies for the smaller images that you would want more than one. Okay, and our last piece. Fantastic. All right. And so I'm going to slide, you know what? I'm going to leave it where it is so I can put the dies right back on there. But what I need now is my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. You know, I was talking about the die bundles being 10% off in June 2024. So too are the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machines. How about that? And so this big one, which of course is my favorite, and then we have the mini in boho blue and white, 10% off. That really starts to add up. So we've got that. So now what we need to do is build what's called a sandwich. And I have my plates here that are all included with it. A plate number 1. And because we have thin metal dies, we need a plate number 2. And all this is printed right on here. And a plate number 3. And let's take, there we go, all of our stamping and die cutting done. And then I finish with a plate number 3. Now it's really smart if we move these around. You know, I'm a creature of habit. I keep going to the center, but our plates won't warp as quickly or at all if we just move this around. So let me back that up. And even though I have those adhered down, I still went ahead and placed my plate on top. You know, if I scoot it, I could still scoot the dies. And we really do want this centered all the way around. All right, and so I just love how easy this is. It doesn't just jump all over the place. There we go. And let's see how well I did. And if I didn't do a great job, I have some ready to go. So you just never know how things will turn out. Here we go. On a live video. So, well, that just fell right out. Hey, that is not bad at all. Let's take this off and get it right back on our magnet card. I can save that tape to use again. You know, you don't have to, but if you're frugal, it just get a ton of mileage out of it. How cute are these flowers? Okay, I didn't do as great of a job as I would have liked. So let's use the ones, actually it's not, it's pretty close, but let's use that one instead and get these back on here. All right, let's see how the wagon turned out. Oh, there we go. Very nice. Right back on here. And our wheels. Cute, 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 cute. And one more. And so, I said all the die cutting is done. There we go. I do gently pull it off. I don't want to tear anything. Oh, fantastic. So other than my flowers that weren't bad, but I just thought, I had done a little better. So let's slide this right in here. I just love how strong these are. And there we go. So should we do some coloring? How about we do that? You know, and tomorrow I'll have, after this video is done uploading into HD, I'll have a link to my blog post with the measurements and a PDF you can download, print, and save. So for my stems and leaves, I have Granny Apple Green. And I'm going to use, they're small, I'm going to use the bullet tip and quickly color these in. Now my flowers, I did, you know, the way my mom is my gardener, and she really has a knack for it, and yeah, I don't. But there are flowers in there right now that are all grouped together, and of course, because it's one flower, they're the same color. And this reminded me of that, and so I just kept the flowers all the same color. But of course, you could mix it up and use a variety. There we go. So quick to color in. Just such a cute image. So we've got the stems. There we go. And then, so this was the light. I have the dark. And let's just do a little bit of shading by going over the stem. Make that, or I mean what am I saying? Not the stem. Not the crease. I can't even think. Whatever's on that leaf. The vein. There we go. And then I have Daffodil Delight light for the centers. There we go. So anybody else in this heat wave? My goodness, although they have backed off for us. I'm in central Michigan. It was showing 90s all week, and now just high 80s. And it's backed off some. So that's probably, well, it's not probably good. It is very good. And then for my flowers, I thought, oh, let's just use the new Petunia Pop. So we'll start with the light. Although that's pretty like that. Oh, let me get in a little bit closer. They're just pretty little daisies like this. But I wanted more color. So here we go. Have you seen this in the online exclusives? It's not new, but just adorable as all get out. This was my first time playing with it. Okay. Let me stop at 3. They say for shading, you don't want to let it get dry if you want it to blend in. So we'll do 3 and let me grab this for the petals. So the dark, oh, I went over the center of that. Okay, pretend you didn't see that. Wow. Got a little carried away. Okay, so you don't have to do the shading last. So let's go ahead and add on these 3 while it's in my hand. Got a little carried away. Oh, Southern, yes, I imagine. Yeah, this is going up. How far does it go back? Iowa, maybe? All the way up the East Coast. Ooh. Now, not too terribly much further north of me. It's not showing it in this red hot zone. There we go. Petunia Pop, one of the 24, 26 in colors. Which one's your favorite of the 24, 26? Such a pretty, vibrant color group. Okay, and then we got the last 3. And that's it for the coloring, because we already have our wagon is crumb cake, and we've got the wheels and the handle. And I was thinking about, when it came to that handle, growing up, our handle was painted black, so I stayed with that. And I just think these are so pretty in the vibrant color. Then we're going to create a background for our wagon filled with flowers. There we go. And we have these last 3 to add that little bit of shading. So, later I will take that lifter, right, the Stampin' Blends color lifter, and see if I can remove some of that Petunia Pop in the center that I had so carefully colored, and then add some more Petunia Pop. Yeah, all the new colors, so pretty. So we can go ahead and assemble this. And what I have here is my Stampin' Seal. I put my finger where it's a little opaque, and sometimes I have to help it along. I'm trying to get along the top here because, they have that white area. So you have something to adhere to, which is nice. How cute is that? My goodness. And then the wheels, put it along. There we go. The top of each wheel. Cute, cute, cute. And if I remember, I want to show you where a sample where they didn't stamp the wagon first. Okay, and then that white piece that we have, put some in there. And underneath me, I have the silicone mat. I don't worry about adhesive sticking to it. And if you're watching on YouTube, I have a link to that as well in the description. So there is our wagon, just so stinking cute. I'm sure we're not done with that. So for our background, a couple weeks ago, I used these. These are the penny black stencils, and they're just the basic backgrounds. Background basics. And so we used this one the other day, and you have all these different stencils. So you can have these different windows or smaller areas, a bigger circle, bigger rectangle circle. And then I thought it was pretty cool. Instead of just throwing them away, they included the parts that were die cut out. So you could do just the opposite. You know, I could put this on, well, let's try a smaller one, on a piece of cardstock and leave the whole center white and make a border all around it. Well, hi, Miss Kathy. So these are really, I really like these. And so let's go ahead, and today we'll use the rectangular one. And make sure I grab the right one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the, no, I don't think so. That's a little big. Okay. Let me do a quick check. Aha, it's this one. All right. And so then I just went and stored all these right back into, I mean, it didn't come in this, but one of these storage pockets from Stampin' Storage. All right, I'm not going to try to get those in there right now, but we'll put those aside. And here we go. All right, we'll see if I need to back up a little bit. And what I have here is the waffle flower mat. Yeah, let's back up a little bit. Okay, the waffle flower mat that you saw me use with my Layers of Beauty stamp set. And I have some basic white cardstock. And I made a couple little marks with pencils so I wouldn't be fooling around trying to get this centered. But the cardstock, you know, clings to this mat. And then I take my stencil, because I've got an edge in here, and put it up to there, and I have it centered around. Okay, not quite as perfectly as I'd like, so I might, oh, it moved. Okay, there we go. Like, that's not the way it should look. Let's do that. And put this up in the center. There we go. So this will hold, I'll move that down. This waffle flower mat will help hold that cardstock in place while I hold this. Okay, Miss Ruth Ann. Oh, lots of rain has changed. Lots of rain's expected. I don't know if you need it, but I would be happy for some rain. All right, so now we're going to fill this all in. And I'm going to start with, well, Granny Apple Green. That was the color I used on the flowers. And there we go. And the first time I did it with this, when I was making my sample, I used the small blending brushes. And I thought, well, why aren't I using the big ones? So I'm going to load this up, get lots of good color on here. I hope you saw that. And we'll come in here and grass. And I like it better. I don't tend to get clumpy or anything when I do circles. All right, so let me load that back up. I want this deeper at the bottom. So it's really helpful that this waffle flower mat holds that for me. Like I said, I used it with my Layers of Beauty, and then what's the other one? Enduring Beauty. So just a wonderful tool with the decorative masks, or in this case, stencils. What I like about this, instead of going from side to side, I'm creating a nice frame, a nice background. Okay, when I was doing the second one, I kept removing this. I thought, what is wrong with you? Well, that's something I ask myself a lot. Leave it. It's already set up where we want it. And then next I chose, thinking some sun, lemon lolly, and of course, another blending brush. You certainly wouldn't want to go into your lemon lolly with the Granny Apple Green. So I'm loading that up really well, holding this, and let's add some lemon lolly. And blending the colors into each other. I just want to do more and more with these stencils. Got another idea for a stamp set I hope to be doing soon. There we go. That lemon lolly is so pretty. Fantastic. Go ahead and pull in that shut. and then balmy blue. All right, pick this up, slide that in, and a third blending brush. All right, make sure I still have this over where I want it. And blend that in. I'm okay with, and I am wanting to touch the lemon lolly, you know, to have this graduated color. They don't have to be just completely separate. You know, let them blend, meld in together. And so, of course, you can go as deep as you want or keep it light. The more you add, the deeper, more prominent. All right, and the fun part is pulling it away. Does that look cool or what? Like, oh my goodness, this background's so awesome. Okay. So, like I said, a very simple card, but that background is just so sharp, and that's okay. It allows us to keep things simple. So then I'll place my wagon, and I thought, well, this will be perfect. You make my heart bloom. Well, of course, that goes so well with these, designed for that. And with this, all this area down here, and stamp right on here. So let's come. I like to put my, there for placement. Probably really didn't. Well, if I didn't place it, I was going to say I really probably didn't need to, but I might have gone up too high had I not. And there we go. Cute. You make my heart bloom. So sweet. And then we will be using my favorite adhesive ever, right? Stampin' Dimensionals. Let me bring this with you so you can see them. These foam adhesive dots. Oh, okay. You love that. Well, thank you. Yeah, I'm really having fun with these. So let's. All right. I could put them on the wheels too. The whole thing will be lifted up. But we've got this little handle. And I thought, all right, so let's go ahead. I don't, when there's a tool that I already have, or in this case, it's like a tool, these mini Stampin' Dimensionals, why not use them? Why sit there and cut down the others? Because I can cut the Stampin' Dimensionals, but when this is going to fit in there beautifully and save me time and effort, there we go, so that the handle is raised up as well. Fantastic. So everything I'm using is available to order in my online store, www.shopwithsholly.com. When I do the lives, I have so much fun chatting with you and everything that I forget sometimes to tell people that. And as much as I love stamping, this is a business. This is how I earn, well, I don't know if I'm even allowed to say that, but how I earn a living. This is what I do, and I love what I do. And talking about that, if you've ever thought, boy, I'd like to turn my hobby into a way to earn some extra money, I'd love to have you join my team, but you'd need to be in the U.S., have a U.S. address. I'd love to have you join my team. And there's a link under the video to that. Well, you don't need the www. Startmybusinesswithsholly.com. How cute is that background? And so, like I said, just such a simple card. And I tried some of the different colors, and the granny apple green made me the happiest. And so we'll come back with the Stampin' Seal. There we go. And voila. Easy, easy, easy. And then we do need a little bit of an embellishment. Oh, Miss Patricia says stinking cute. And Miss Ruth Ann says, I love it. Oh, thank you. Oh, that's a neat tool for blending. Haven't seen anything like that before. Miss Ruth Ann, are you the blending brushes or the stencil or the waffle flower? I'm not sure. All of them are really cool. So, okay, right here, the name of these are the transparent adhesive back dots. And I think these may be lemon lime twist, but they look really good with the granny apple green anyway. And I think I chose another small one just to come in here and add just a little touch because I got done and thought, boy, it needed something. Oh, everything. Okay. Well, that's fair enough, Miss Ruth Ann. Yeah, every bit of it is wonderful. And so there you go. Like I said, it was just a simply fun card that I had for you this evening. And it was a lot of fun to make. And of course, hanging out with you. I so enjoyed that. And so here we have the Filled with Fun bundle. That is 10%, an extra 10% off the bundle discount only through June 30th, 2024 in my online store, www.shopwithshelly.com. I mean, oh, thank you, Miss Leslie. I mean, the bundle savings already helps, but wow, that extra 10% on top of these bundles, and most are available. And it looks like virtually everything, if not everything, will be back in stock by the end of June. But the longer you wait, the more that'll get run out and they'll get replenished, probably in July after the sale's over. So don't miss out. This is cute. Oh, remember, I was telling you I wanted to show you. Let's go look at this other screen. All right, I have to share my screen. And I thought I had already done that. Okay. And share. All right, look at this. Is it showing up? I need to come back and see you all. Okay, it is there. And this card, do you see this card? Well, they stamped and used the flowers. And the next one I wanted to show you, let me see if this could say bigger. It doesn't really, it shows that it'll get bigger, but it really doesn't. Okay, come on, go away. And then this one, they used without stamping the wagon. So that was the detail one. I can show you that wood grain, and then, they did everything in red. And then there are dies for the wheels. They did stamp the handle again, and then the presents. So that's really cool too. All right. So I thought you might enjoy seeing that. Let's come back to, here we go. There. Okay. So I'll show you. See on the wagon, you still die cut. That was die cut in red. This one that we die cut the stamped. And then you have that wood. And that other one, then you've got where you can put, did we see that? Did they put on that one, the banner and all that fun stuff? You could really decorate that wagon up. And then here you would still use these wheels and do them in black. And then these small circles in the center. That smoky slate would work to look like silver. Very, very cute, huh? And there we go. All right. Let me come back so I can see you. All right. Looking to see if there are any other comments. I'm so glad you joined me for a simply fun, filled with fun wagon card. Too cute. Like I said, it reminds me of my childhood. I don't know about yours. And so I'm going to repeat again. All the supplies are listed below the video and available to order in my online store, www.shopwithshelly.com. Oh, Miss Roxanne, thank you. And so this is the time of the evening where I say, well, thank you for joining me. Good evening and God bless.